tab allows us to build our model. This is the Model Builder tab. In this Shiny app, I have it so that it defaults to the MT cars data set. So let's go ahead and use the Titanic data set from Professor Harrell's course and his book, Regression Modeling Strategies. So we'll use T3. That's the first thing we do is enter the data frame. I have it so that we can begin modeling right away. However, if you're working with really big data sets, you may want to hold off and wait until you've built your model and you're ready to run it. Because if not, the reactive functions within Shiny will rerun the model each time we do something new. So if we're adding our predictors in, each time we add a new predictor, it reruns the model. So just to save time, we're going to leave it at no for the moment. Let's select our outcome. We're going to look at survived. We're going to add in the predictors of passenger class, sex, age, and we'll just leave it like that for now. And then we go and select our regression method. We have a variety to choose from. Of course, we want to choose the one that best fits our data and our questions, but let's go to Logistic. If we did do a quantile regression, we would use this option to select which quantile we want. Right now, the default is the median. If we wanted to go down to the 25th percentile or the 75th, we can modify it that way. If we were doing a Cox proportional hazard model in which we had a sensor variable, we would indicate it here, and maybe it's censoring on, we'll say, more death. If we have that indicator, we would type it in here. So this is something we actually have to type in. And if we were doing generalized least squares, we would use a clustering element. So we would have a level 1 and a level 2, which would be our grouping or our clustering variable. We would indicate both of those here. If we want splines, we can add that. If we want splines, we're going to look at age. And if we want to update the formula, we can do that here. I think I have some of these steps backwards in terms of the best way to set them up, so it would probably make more sense to ask the question in step 11 after I've updated the model formula, but maybe that's something I'll change in the future. Okay, so now we can begin our model. So let's go back to number 2. We'll click on yes, and we have, under regression results, we have our regression results. And so we see the model fit with our summary statistics. We go down below, we have our model specs. And it's information on our predictors, and below that we can describe the outcome variable.